What is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we're bringing you more KVK madness. We've got a ton of flag rallies. In this video, we join Endgame because we saw that they were getting rallied hard, so we join up to help defend their flags. If you like KVK guides and videos, you should definitely like and subscribe because we have got a ton of those coming, and we are a sponsored creator in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, what you're looking at here is going to be some intense flag defenses. I don't know, for some reason, there's a huge block of time between my last video and this video that's totally missing. I don't know where the footage went. So we're now fast forwarded a little bit in time, but not by much. It's still like 5 in the morning US Eastern time. And maybe 6 in the morning. We go over to Endgame to help them defend their flags because they are getting rallied all over the place. One thing, by the way, that's really annoying about rally reports is when I'm trying to look at this report, every time I get scouted, it would reset the report back to the top, and I'd have to scroll down again, which is really annoying. Anyways, so we are now simplifying graphics. You can see I'm getting scouted 5 million zillion times because it's KVK, so of course, everybody wants to scout the YouTuber. And I had not expected we would be involved in flag defense just so darn quickly. I had not put as much thought as I would have liked into what the commander pairings ought to be, beyond, like, you know, your Richard Charles kind of stuff for what you put in the flag. And I've got Yi Seong-Ye expertise. I did not expect that people would swarm the flag as much as they did. Some serious honey badgers sitting in AoE in the entire video series, in this video and in the videos to come. Now you can see CMOG from Legion, pardon me, CMOG from Legion also hanging out in Endgame, helping out, T5 player. I think you'll see Redline show up pretty soon. Another awesome player from Legion helping out while the battle happens really on like multiple fronts here. At this point, I ask if they were on voice and I could jump into voice with them. Sort of wish that we'd had those systems set up in advance. P.S. You need voice chat for your kingdom. For every alliance, so you can jump around, lots of chat rooms. You got to have those set up. Anyways, okay. Hospital is going to fill up really, really quickly, and this is the stage in KVK where we actually had, you know, our full complement of troops, so we're feeling pretty good about reinforcing flags with tons and tons of troops, including putting in multiple marches, which is the thing you'll see pretty soon. So at this point, we're starting to dialogue around, hey, wait a minute, if they're going to stand around the flag like this, we really should take advantage of the fact that I have an expertise Yi Seong-Ye, because here's how that works. Expertise Yi Seong-Ye is going to do a circle area of effect damage. And every unit that's hit, if we are defending our flag, okay, if we are defending our flag, every unit that's hit, including the ones that are not even attacking the flag, are going to take deaths instead of severely injured. They are going to have 100% deaths, even if they are just standing there. So I realize I've got to figure out, like, what's the combination I want to use with Yi Seong-Ye. In my perfect world, it would have been El Cid, right? Because you could go all archers and do some really crazy stuff. But my El Cid is not expertise, and maybe that would have been good enough. But I thought, you know what? Maybe the commander that I ought to try out is none other than Winamoto. Now here we've got a flag getting rallied. I go to reinforce. Bujan's at the helm here. I would not rate Charles and Freddy to be an amazing pairing. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. We'll have a separate video where we go way, way deep on everything we've learned about rallying flags, defending flags, because we've got 50+ reports involving flags. I think it's closer to 75, and that's the ones that I was able to favorite. You saw how much I get scouted, so a lot of them just get lost. They get completely lost. So boom, we hop into that flag. Doesn't matter what we reinforced it with because we've got Caesar and Freddy, so anything that I reinforce it with is gold. And here, once again, we're starting to ponder, like, what are the commanders that we're going to use as pairings to defend flags? And this is the moment where I realize, man, I think the pairing is Minamoto. By the way, I've got a video where I talk all about how you can use each commander in most optimal configurations. You can see, by the way, that defense went pretty well. Anyways, I've got a video all about like the most optimal commanders you can use for defending flags. That's my legendary commander tier list. I rank every single legendary commander. Here we've got another rally in on this flag. I don't think I'm in that flag right now, so I need to get in there, and I think I will in a moment. One thing that I wish I had realized is like just how powerful it would be to be swarming some of these rallies. I would have been way more involved in that. At this point, I've like just unlocked T5. I've not really done a lot of battling with it. And so I'm not quite accustomed to what I can really accomplish. Plus, I had to miss 2 Mighty Governor cycles, and so I hadn't yet trained up a bunch of T5 troops. I have mostly T4s at the time of this video. Um, so we're in this particular flag, defending it. Rally is in with Cao Cao as the lead and Minamoto as the secondary. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that's really not a good combination for a rally, and this rally is not actually supported, and so we get a ton of kills here, which, really positive trade. But I'll point out that, like, trades like that go back and forth both ways. Like, this is happening all over the map, all night long. Remember in my prior video when I said, like, how many troops do you think actually died over the course of this KVK? And I was like, is it more than 20 million? 20 million is, like, such a joke of a low estimate. It's probably north of 250 million. Is it north of 500 million? I don't know. I mean, you'll watch the footage and you'll see, like, how many troops freaking die here. So, at this point in the video, you can see I've got a buff in the top here for attack, and it's only a 5% buff. And I wasn't expecting, again, to be captaining flags. I should have been using a 10% token here. But you're going to see that this token falls off in the middle of defending a flag, which is really frustrating. I wish, like, in the interface it would, like, flash or something to show you that it's wearing off soon. I know that's, like, a quality of life feature that maybe one day we'll get. I think I must have teleported. I don't remember. Was I there a moment ago? I was not watching. Anyways, I'm by another flag, and now I'm in as captain, and we've got a rally coming in. I believe I have Yi Seong-Ye with El Cid. Is that right? At this point, I'm letting folks know, like, hey, action here. Might want to reinforce. I think I asked Fleisch for a title because I'm defending flags. We've got Yi Seong-Ye, and I think El Cid is the secondary. And watch the AoE, boom, hitting everybody nearby. Watch it again, boom, hitting everybody nearby. This is so much fun to play with, by the way. Boom, all the severely injured or deaths. They don't have severely injured, they just have troops die. Here we load a second army of archers into the flag. Yeah, we're keeping that flag full because we're getting extra damage, and anybody that gets too close is going to get hit by that AoE, which is pretty sweet. Which is pretty darn sweet. But now I think folks in the Alliance are seeing, like, oh yeah, this is one more flag that's getting rallied. I got to reinforce it. Boom. Proton Tiger showing up to help out. Dumpling, by the way, who's on the screen, is a member of Legion, helping out as well. And rally canceled. We get a look at the report. Positive trade for us. And look at the deaths of the folks that are nearby. Over 100,000 in that one army that was, like, standing nearby. Oh, man. AoE, baby. AoE is the name of the game, and Yi Seong-Ye is amazing for defending flags. There's some dead troops. I couldn't keep track of it. There's Redline from Legion showing up to party. And we've got another flag getting rallied, and we've got the wrong person as the captain, which is really, really tragic. We've got the wrong person as captain. I run my troops down there so that I can captain it. But at this point, I'm not the warlord. And, I've got to, like, ask, I think, to, like, hey, make me captain, make me captain. Maximateur showing up to get into that flag as well. Kingdom 51 original there. Here I'm asking to be made captain. Bunch of folks arriving. Honestly, like, if you don't have a T5 captain in a flag, like, you should just abandon it. Like, just don't even bother defending it against a T5 attacker. Like, there's going to be so many dead. It's just disgusting. So here I am indicating again, like, hey, make me captain, make me captain. We got to do this fast. Geez. I don't know how many troops I've had die now under a T4 captain. But whatever. The swap will hopefully happen soon. There it is. Now we're captain. And now we can start to do some serious work. I didn't notice who the secondary was, if I'm using Minamoto or El Cid, but if we are using El Cid, then we're getting the benefit of his fourth skill, which increases your damage if you are low on health. And now we're starting to beat back this rally, but they already got a lot of value, and you can see that here. They got a lot of value when the wrong captain was in play. Really positive trade for them by over 100,000 troops, which is pretty rough. How many do we have die? 22,000. I mean, you can see how in like an hour, just like boom, 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 you have all these troops die. It's just crazy how fast this goes in KVK. It's crazy how fast this goes. Our hospitals, filling up a little bit, but that's fine. We got resources to handle that. We're getting credit for killing some stuff now. And I think this is the point where we realize the game we need to play is like moving our commanders around between different flags so that I can captain different flags. Here we go. We're using Winamoto now as the secondary. We're trying to figure out what to send. Is it archers? Is it knights? It actually, I think, should be mostly archers and some knights, which is, there I go. That's what I end up doing. And that's because the archers are going to get 100% damage boost from Yi Seong-Ye's skill when it procs. Here I am asking for captain yet again. And right now, I really need to scout someone. I'm also missing the buff for War Frenzy. And, look, it's like 6 in the morning. Anyways, long time. Haven't slept for a long time. And although we're in this one flag, we really need to send our other troops around. And oh, here comes the rally. Here comes the rally. I feel like, by the way, at the start of all the KVK madness, folks were trying to figure out like what commander pairings are good, and then people really started to settle on certain combinations that are really, really good. Oh, hey, good. All right, here comes the rally. Boom, rally in. We've got our Yi Seong-Ye Winamoto pairing here, and like, gosh, if I'd realized, there's a lot I would be doing with my T5s right now to this rally. If I had more T5s in part, but also, like, I have learned so much about rallies. We're not going to talk about rally defense tactics in this video. We will in other videos. Here, we're just replaying the footage. I definitely should have been hitting that rally with, my Richard and Charles. Absolutely. Absolutely. Another positive trade. Should have been a bigger positive trade. If we'd been doing that correctly, hitting the rally with Richard and Charles would have helped a lot. We also could have used like a Barca paired with Joan of Arc to try to get some buffs rolling. I mean, there's a lot of things we could have done there. Okay. So, flag successfully defended, positive trade, excellent. Now we prepare for the next rally. And this is just rally after rally after rally after rally. At this point, we are down almost 1 million power. Some of that's in the hospital, though. It's not such a big deal. Let's see. We got 10k dead there from at least one army. I think we only had one army, or did we have 2 in that one? Whatever. At this point, you can see we've got T5 Trebuchet cooking up. We're not going to put any speed ups into that. Part of the reason we sped up our research leading up to KVK was to get to the point where if people were putting siege into flags, and that'll be a thing that even I start doing once I lose so many troops that I can't really feel like I can afford to lose more infantry, archers, or cavalry. I wanted to make sure that I would have the maximum buffs available, so I got that research done leading into KVK. Okay, let's see here. Some number of folks are waking up to this chaos. These flags over here became a real pain in the butt. We're going to spend a lot of time by those flags. Now you can survey the battlefield a little bit. You can see the DFH fort is building. We're going to spend a lot of time defending that fort too. And we've got flags making their way down from Legion to the OV fort. And we keep checking in to see, is a flag getting rallied? Is a flag getting rallied? And there's going to be a lot of rallies. So, my observation, and I'll be curious for your thoughts on this, is that when you're up against an opponent who basically has infinite resources, there's not a lot of value to trying to battle with them in the open field, especially if you're not a T5 player with full T5 troops. There's really not a lot of value because they don't care about burning their resources. That's what they're there for to them, and they've got infinite. And so you really want to be focused on being in the objectives, getting kills rather than burning your own resources and speed ups on healing. So here we see a lot of scouting going on, but there's one potential real rally. So we're going to send our troops over there. And we've got, captains in one flag. Now we're going to send captains to another flag. And there's really two commander pairings, or at least two captains as a primary commander that we focus on. One is Richard, and the natural pairing here is with Charles. So Richard and Charles. Another is Yi Seong-Ye, and there's a bunch of iterations of who you use with Yi Seong-Ye, in part because he's got a 50% damage buff as the fourth skill. El Cid is kind of interesting. Minamoto is kind of interesting. We'll rate, rack, and stack every single one of these pairings in a video pretty soon about what we've learned is sort of the best pairing. But here you can see that I'm communicating like, hey, I'm going to go over here and captain. I really would like to think that by joining Endgame and captaining a bunch of stuff, I had sort of an outsized impact on how the battles went. But I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, we still end up losing overall. Now we're captaining with infantry, and we've got our Richard and Charles in the flag. And man, I feel like Richard and Charles is a really solid combo if there's not a lot of stuff nearby that you want to be hitting with AoE. And you can see I check in on the flag regularly. I don't know a better way to do this, to see like, hey, how many troops are in there. So now we're on another flag, and I'm pretty sure momentarily what we're going to see, and I'll slow down the footage a little bit so you can see that report, or you could just pause it. But pretty soon, we're going to be in a position where we're in two flags that are getting rallied at the same time, which, I don't know, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. But that became a sort of common occurrence. Bunch of open field combat, red line holding it down. Folks are filling up the flag, which is good. I start to indicate that, like, hey, we got to fill this. This is real. This is real. Evil Noon, if he's leading a rally, he's probably not kidding around. I make the call to fill archers, because I think that archers, when you're pairing with Minamoto, is better, because, Yi Seong-Ye is the primary, and there's some amount of talents that are going to be focused on archers rather than cavalry. And it looks like we brought home our infantry commanders. I wonder why we did that. I wonder where we're going to send them. Looks like we've got 3 rallies going in, or maybe 3 sets of attacks. Okay, it's 2 rallies. 2 rallies, and that look like other players were going to attack it. We send our commanders back to go captain it. And this is pretty nuts. We did this for hours, if you can believe it. We got a lot of footage of this. A lot of footage of this. We're on our way back. By the way, I came to really appreciate the movement speed. Really appreciate the movement speed from Charles. Even though, like, they're not going anywhere when they're defending the flag. You got to get to the flag, and we did need to move all over the battlefield. Here you can see Seamog on screen, member of Legion. Master Leo, member of Legion, hanging out with our allies in Endgame, our fam. Boom. You can see I start to sneak my way across the battlefield, jumping from city to city to avoid getting hit. We're going to make our way into this flag and then request to be captain. This game of Frogger, jumping from like city to city to city to city instead of going direct to where I was trying to get to, became a thing that I spent a lot of time doing. Now, we've only got about 600,000 troops in this flag, which is sort of low. So I make the call to fill it. Here we have a rally in on a flag. We've got Noon rocking Mehmed with Freddy. Both, I'm sure, are expertise. I know as Mehmed is. I'm pretty sure as Freddy is. That rally's getting reinforced. And I think at this point they start to realize, like, I probably don't want to get hit by that AoE. So nobody's standing in the AoE, which, by the way, turns out to be a really good deterrent. They need to be refilling their rally, but they don't want to cluster around the flag like they might have otherwise because they're going to get kind of wrecked by the AoE from Isong Ye. So it makes reinforcing the rally a little bit harder to do. And boom, second rally is in. So we're now defending, captaining specifically 2 flags at the same time. This rally is going very, very well for us. They'll probably cancel it. Oh, there it is. Rally canceled. Positive trade for us by about 100,000 troops. And meanwhile, this rally is going on over here. Bujan showing up to the party. Punisher showing up to the party. I mean, the big hitters are out to play. And, you know, I like what Bujan is doing here, starting to swarm the rally. Wish we'd done a lot more of that, quite frankly. So, also, Mike, oh my goodness, with an expertise Yisung Ye, just be so insane by that flag. It'd be so, so insane. So that rally is getting reinforced really nicely. I think I'm sending Yisung Ye to go support that flag. I think I'm heading over. I think I see how insane that will be, and I'm trying to send my new captains. Yep. I'm going to put in my Yisung Ye to captain him when I arrive. Okay. Nice. Nice. I mean, this game of Frogger with small armies or partial armies to get captains in the right places was really, really crucial. There's a third flag getting rallied at the same time. I can't captain that one. I'm not there yet. And not great captains were there, which is really a bummer. Because those folks are going to take a lot of deaths. And, like, if you don't have a T5, just don't even captain it. There it is. That gets canceled. And see, they just, like, completely obliterated that flag that I'm not in. Really positive trade here, but I'm sure the report looks inverted the other way at the other flag that was getting rallied at the same time. So positive trade with Richard Charles in that flag, doing some work on the defense. Whew. So we've got literally 60 or so more rallies covered with video. It's totally insane. Like and subscribe, and if you're into this KVK stuff, we're going to have more of this footage to come. And until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom.